Awesome. Thank you for joining, Sudakshina. Thank you for everyone listening and tuning in on YouTube and Twitter. This is the first episode of the Intersect Interview Series, and today we'll be introducing you to Sudakshina Sridharan, the winner of the Design Your Profile track, both the main and the Aleph Zero bonus track. We were going to talk about her journey as an artist, her creative process, her experience with Intersect, and advice for other profile picture artists. So before we get started, I think I want to show you guys a little snippet of Sudakshina's collections. So the first main track winner was actually Tales from the Abyss. And I think we'll talk about it more in detail, but here are some pictures from the collection. And then the bonus track was won by Feathered Fusion. So now that you guys have an idea of what it looks like, we also have the links to the entire collections in the YouTube channel's description. So please have a look there as well. But before further ado, I think we can get started with the interview and start asking Sudakshina a few questions.
Yeah, that's cool.
Awesome. Hello, Sudakshina. Thank you for.
Hi.
Would you like to tell us a little bit about your background as an artist, you as a person? What are your hobbies? How did you get started with drawing and creating art?
Well, I've been in the art industry for a while now. I joined art classes since I was in grade one, and it's been a up and down journey from there, and it's been quite constant. I did deter a little bit when I chose the academic side of things, and I did engineering after my 12th grade. But then I went right back in and did my master's in 3D animation and visual effects at Vancouver Film School. Post that, I worked as a CGI artist in the mill in India, which was a lot of fun. It had to do with all graphics and 3D for the music industry as well as advertisements. And after that, I've been freelancing and teaching art as well. So it's been a very integrated, fun, evolving ride in terms of art in general. And I
Awesome.
guess, like,
Sorry, go ahead.
yeah. I guess like I've been always working on some projects or the other, like personal projects, and just tutoring art has really pushed me to where I am right now. So that's my journey.
That sounds really fun. But like, were you a kid when you first started doing art? Did you do art classes as a kid?
Yes, yes, I did. My parents are very ambitious, so they did make sure I was put into some class or the other, and art was one of them.
Honestly, yeah, that we have your parents to thank for in this hackathon. Thank you so much, parents, for introducing her to art. But yeah, I think that sounds like a very interesting journey, especially like you said, you became an engineer for a bit, then went back to art. Uh, I wanted to ask, how would you describe your art style? Because I felt like from all the other collections that we received for the hackathon, your style was very unique. How would you describe your style? What makes it different and personal to you?
I guess throughout my works, I think it's always been changing. The style has been evolving. And as an artist, I'm never satisfied with my style. It's nice to hear that someone appreciates it. And I do go for a lot of bold colors and contrast. That's my thing. When I research for color palettes and experiment with a lot of brushes, I do take a lot of references, ideas, and inspiration from other artists as well. So I think I have others to thank too, and they have always played a huge role in helping me evolve my style. Apart from that, if you've noticed, my characters are a little chubby, like myself. I think I am my inspiration. I do like a lot of round, fuzzy characters. It's sort of a comforting, familiar feeling that I have because I'm a little chubby and round as well. So that's my personal take on my style in general.
That's really sweet. I don't think we noticed that, but now that you mention it, we all felt like, oh, it felt very cozy when looking at your characters. So I guess that was the intention behind your art as well. So it's great that it matches up. Uh,
Thank you.
So you made two collections for the hackathon. Which one? So you had Feathered Fusion for the bonus track and Tales from the Abyss for the main track. So can you tell us, like, for both of them, how did you come up with these ideas and what was the creative process like for each one of them?
So, Tales from the Abyss is heavily inspired by mermaids, as you can see. I do like mermaids, they're so mystical and completely surreal for some reason, and they're very easy to play around in terms of color. And I guess one big advantage with them is they don't have legs, so it's easy to draw just a tail. Because drawing legs in general is extremely difficult, like feet and everything. The anatomy is quite hard to crack. So I did get like heavily inspired by just choosing an easy way out, I would say.
Yeah.
In terms of feathered fusion, I guess movies like Zootopia and Kung Fu Panda were my inspiration. I did I did want to do animals at first, but then I was like, let's stick to birds and let's figure out what to do with it and run with the whole idea. So in terms of process, I guess I just started sketching. I got references of all of it. I do a lot of research in terms of color,
Did want to do
especially for
animals
the.
first, but then I was like, let's stick to birds and let's.
Oh, sorry, some
Sorry.
repetition.
No, no, no. Go ahead.
Okay. I guess in terms of process, there's a lot of sketching involved in the starting, just after I finish my research. And then I spend like a good 2 hours on just blocking out the colors for each of them. And then from then onwards, I basically drink lots of coffee and just get on it. So that's been my process. For those
I,
artists who want to know, sorry, we were saying something?
no, sorry. Go ahead. You said something.
In terms of software, I did use Procreate for doing all my digital art, and that was my go-to.
Awesome. I think that was the next question I was going to ask. Like, so you create your art on your iPad, I'm guessing, right?
Yes, yes, I do.
Awesome. And I really related to your coffee idea. I mean, I think any production person starts there, 3 cups of coffee and we're good to go. Uh,
Yes, totally.
so I think that's really cool that you came up with these ideas from movies and things that you got from your real life. I think we can kind of see the inspirations, especially now that you mentioned that Feathered Fusion was inspired by Zootopia in some degree. And now I think I can totally see it. So it's really cool to understand how you went through that process. Also, then, like, we wanted to know is this your first time creating profile picture art, or do you have any experience in this format? And what drew you to this artwork style, and how would you say is different from like the art that you usually do?
Mm, this is my first time doing profile picture art. I do have like a collection running on the side. Um, but this was like a full-fledged first time. And no, I don't have a lot of experience, but I have researched on a lot of artists who have done profile picture art, and I've always been inspired by them. Um, what drew me to this particular style, as in, it's very challenging to capture something's essence in a very condensed space, like if you see like BAYC, like they have everything is in squares and stuff. So it's super challenging to make a large family of characters sort of look cohesive. And I guess that's what really interested me. And also in terms of perspective, right? Like if you've noticed, mostly all the NFTs, they have one perspective, like the character looks in the front or towards the side. So it's very hard to achieve that, especially when you just have a lot of real life inspiration going on. Like you have to find, for example, in my artwork, eagles in the same perspective and the parrot in the same perspective. And if I can't, I just have to wing it and you know
Yeah.
research and think about it. I like Google like photography and things like that to really go out of the box and find the angle and sort of match for the profile picture art. So it was challenging, but very interesting indeed. And Intersect really brought out the creativity in me. So that's the process.
Amazing. We're glad we challenged you and come up with some ideas. But I think it's very cool that you say that. We never thought about how the perspective might be one issue. Because like you said, you don't really get photos from birds at a particular angle, and all birds have the same angle in their photos, you know? So I guess it must have been challenging to find that particular perspective. But I think you did a great job, and we didn't really notice it when we were judging your artwork.
Thank
So
you.
um, the next thing we wanted to ask you is, so what was your experience like participating with Intersect? Did you enjoy the process? Did you enjoy working with us? And yeah, like, would you work with us again?
Yes, definitely. I would work again. I won't lie, it was quite nerve-wracking at first because there was like a deadline and everything, and there's this little voice sort of whispering, like, as I finished a piece, like, is it good enough? Like, because I mean, apart from it being a competition for an artist to just produce like good work is extremely important, and to be satisfied with it, to put it out in a competition. So I think there was always this fear and uncertainty about my work in general, but I had a lot of fun, like, throughout the experience, because it was the deadline really pushes you to produce something, even if it's bad, just put it out there. And that really helped. And I guess Intersect is too hard to pass on. Like, if you guys come up with such creative competitions like this, they are like worth attending and worth competing for. So definitely I would love to participate and win more.
Yeah, awesome. I think the next question that I had for you was, do you have any plans for creating more NFT art in the future now? And do you see yourself becoming an NFT artist of sorts after this Intersect event?
Yes, I do, definitely. Because I have, like I mentioned earlier, I already have a collection going, and it's so full of color that it makes me dizzy because it's like super colorful and woozy, and that's the concept I'm going for. And doing the feather fusion, for example, was definitely a boost because like I put it out there and got some validation from it. So definitely, I'm not going to stop here in terms of producing something. Something that stopped me earlier was that people have already done a lot of NFTs, and should I even like participate and put myself out there? But this is definitely a boost that's going to help me create more NFT art, probably, hopefully.
Amazing. I think we're really happy that you're gonna keep doing this. We would love to see your future artworks and future NFT collections. Uh, the next thing I wanted to ask is, do you have any advice for aspiring artists who wanna explore the NFT art space, or who wanna try to win similar competitions or win a future Intersect hackathon? What advice do you have for them?
Um, I guess putting my own experience into perspective, generally for artists, there's always a voice saying that there's someone always better than you. But it's never too late to be in the game. I think everyone should just ignore it because the NFT world is ever evolving and there is no such rule book that's been established. So it's not too late to dive in. Um, I think I always grew up participating in competitions and things like that. And I've not really won many things in the past. So, me participating all those years and being here definitely proves something, right? So, just put yourself out there and give it your best shot and try because you never know, you might surprise yourself. And do a little bit of research because there are so many competitions coming up, and I guess many people don't know that these are being conducted. So definitely read up, follow Intersect and everything on the social media platforms, and be updated so that you stand a chance of winning or just participating and understanding the community. Apart from that, even like another advice I would give is to just be a part of the community because interacting with a lot of artists in the NFT space or in general in the Web3 space definitely helps because you will learn so much more from them, get so much more feedback even if you don't win. So that's
Yeah.
my advice.
Awesome. That's actually great advice. Thank you so much, Sudakshina. One last
Thank
question
you.
that I had for you was regarding your experience in Web3. So, are you already in the Web3 space? Have you been involved in the space? Are you involved with any protocols? maybe Aleph Zero, for example, or Avalanche. What drew you into Web3 and then into NFT art?
Um, I've always done a little bit of research into what exists, and I did look up on Board Ape Yacht Club like really long back, and I was super inspired. And I've always wanted to put myself out there, uh, but the speed at which NFT art came out was so rapid that I felt a little intimidated, and sort of never went and surfaced anything. But then later on, I did have a few friends coming in and talking to me about Aloe Zero, and how it's so like helpful in terms of scalability, privacy, and so many things like that. I do agree that I'm a little alien towards the whole ecosystem, but I keep myself updated, and I have invested in it a little bit. And I do try to update myself on what's happening in the space and things like that. So that's how much I'm involved.
Awesome. I think that's where we all got started. So I think
Yeah.
we're in the on the right path then. We hope to see you with more NFT collections in the future, and we're very excited to see where your journey as an artist goes. And we at Intersect would love to follow you and would love to have you for future Intersect hackathons that are going to be announced soon. So we'd love to see your artwork there as well. And
Thank you so much.
do you have any last words? Any last words for the viewers right now for Intersect? And congrats on winning the prize, I guess.
Thank you so much. It's been more than kind. You guys have been extremely supporting, and I think opportunities like this, to organize the whole thing is a big task on its own, and it's not easy to put something out there and encourage artists like myself, who are not really involved in different things. So I'm very grateful to everyone who supported me here, who also introduced me to the competition, and for all the organizers on board, and even you. Thank you so much for being so patient with me throughout this whole interview, and it's been a pleasure, really. And I'm looking forward to attending more hackathons and probably winning them as well.
We love the confidence. Thank you, Sudakshina.
Thank you so
What would
much.
you, just a personal fun question? I think the last one, I think some viewers want to know, what's the
Okay.
first thing Sudakshina is going to do with the prize money?
Prize money. I'm gonna get lots of sushi. That's what I'm gonna do. It is quite expensive, but yes, sushi, fries, and hot chocolate. Apart from that, probably take a weekend off and travel, and also upgrade my art tools because it's always good to have new stuff, right? So that's
I mean,
probably it.
sounds like a plan. Sushi, hot chocolate, traveling. I'm already jealous. So like enjoy your time doing that, and we would
Thank
love
you.
to see you for future events. Thank you, Sudakshina.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you guys all for joining. We would thank you for joining the first episode of the Intersect interview series. We will have more episodes coming up soon, so please stay tuned on our social media channels. If you want to follow Sudakshina, we have her link to the Twitter in the description of the video below, and we also have the links to her collection. So please view them and follow her and show her some support. Thank you, guys.